Hello, everybody. This is MoveEasy Yoga with Via, and it is December 1st, 2020. So time marches on, and so do we. Let's get started. Today's class is going to be similar to the class we had last, what's today? Today, last Saturday, because, and so we can review the get up poses that I introduced. Let's get started though in the regular fashion, just lying on the floor, supine. The legs can be knees bent. Your legs could be extended, but you might want to put a blanket under your knees, then rolled up. Or you could put your legs up, knees bent on a couch or a chair. Just watching your breath. And just feel the support of the floor as it comes up to meet your back. The support of your breath as it breathes you. I love my body and my body loves me. Let's start with a vagus nerve reset. Bring your hands behind your head at the occipital ridge. Without moving anything else but your eyeballs, with your eyes open or closed, shift your eyeballs to the right, and wait for a sigh, swallow, yawn, or gulp. Go to the other side, same thing. Shift your eyeballs to the left. Wait for a sigh, swallow, yawn, or gulp. Come back to center. Do this 2 more times, right, right, left. So vagus nerve reset 2 more times. This is the quickest way I know to switch the vagus nerve from fight and flight to rest and restore. Finish that. Keep your hands where they are. head ramping, just pressing the back of your head into the hands, into the mat, into the floor, the back of the skull. What happens is the chin drops as your skull slides along the mat away from your shoulders. And you'll want to stay there for just a breath or two and then release and repeat 5 times. Finish up, bring your hands beside your hips. We're going to do breath work. The breath work we're going to do today is the Loma breathing. And from this position, this simple position, the inhale is divided into 3 parts, inhaling, pausing, then inhaling again and pausing, and inhaling again and pausing each time, just filling up 1/3 of the lungs. Inhale, pause, inhale, pause, and then exhale normally. As you get more experience with this breath, you could also divide the exhale into thirds. Two more breaths. And then when you're finished, we're going to do proning, hypopressive on your hands and knees, unless you can't, and then you're going to drop your head to the floor. If you can't do this, please just stay on your back supine and do the classic hypopressive movement. So starting in quadruped, just dropping the elbows and into a triangle, and then the head comes down. You may want to put your head on some stacked towels or a brick. 3 normal breaths. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Hold your breath out, no breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Go ahead and inhale and exhale and release everything except your shape. We're going to do it one more time. 3 breaths, 3 normal breaths. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale all the way out. Hold your breath out, no breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Go ahead and inhale and exhale and come out of this and come on to your back supine. We're going to start the body of the class with bent knee leg lifts. This is very simple, but it will help you get up and down off the floor, actually. So starting, keeping your knees bent, feet on the floor. Bring your knee up towards your face, keeping a 90-degree angle at the knee, at the hip and the knee. Or the knee, actually, you're coming into a 90-degree angle at the hip. Just bring it up and bring it down. You can do it with a breath. Inhale up and exhale down. Think of what's happening. Everything that's happening is at the hip joint. And just do 2 more. And it's the other side. These are called bent knee leg lifts. Some people call them marching. But this is a fundamental movement, flexion, extension at the hip. And come on back. Now drop your bent knee out to the side, the right one out to the side. Keep the pelvis even on the floor and then bring it back. So this could not, you could be, maybe you won't be bringing your knee out as far as Kathy brings it. It depends on whether you can still keep your pelvis even on the floor. Both sides of the pelvis are on the floor. And finish up and do the other side. Keep everything else still. So this, again, this is a rotation in the acetabulum, which is the indent in the pelvis that holds the femur, the head of the thigh bone. And when you're finished, stay there. We're going to do something that I haven't cued Kathy with. We'll see if I can do it. Otherwise, maybe I'll try to demonstrate it. I call this crisscross legs, but you're going to come up into tabletop. So the knees are bent into a 90-degree angle. And then cross your right leg on top of the left. And then keep moving. It's not a figure 4. Just cross it over. No, oops. It's not a figure 4. Cross it over and then bring it back. Then, yep, that's it. So now keep doing this. It can be bigger, it can be faster, it could be slower, it can be smaller. You're just taking your legs and crossing them over. It's kind of fun, I hope. And there you go. I hope everyone, good job, Kathy. New pose. So it's going to look a little different for everybody. You can actually wrap like all the way, feel like if you're wrapping around as you come, but it's more of a slap, 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 slap. Crisscross legs. I was thinking that I think maybe Caitlin can do this. I'm not sure, but I thought maybe she could. And you can stop and get your strap out for leg stretch 1 and leg stretch 2. If you liked it, if you like that, tell me about it in the chat box. You liked it, Kathy liked it. Okay, leg stretch 1, leg stretch 2. We'll do both of them on the left side and then both of them on the right side. So this is pretty easy, at least for the people who've done it before, and most of you have, I think. Your leg is straight up. The strap is around the leg at the ball of the foot. And I should be timing. Hold on, let me get my clock. This is a bone building pose if you hold it. Remember, both hips are on the floor. You're not tilting your pelvis so that you can get your leg higher. So the leg just comes straight up out of the pelvis. And you can pull your foot a little closer to your face. The most advanced version of this is called, I think it's called foot to head to foot. And you hold on to the foot with your toe, with your hand. You hold on to your big toe. Some people call it big toe pose. Hold on to it with your hand. Okay, come leg stretch 2. You just drop your same leg out to the right. And remember to keep both sides of the pelvis even on the floor. Just breathing. You can bring your leg, use your strap to bring your leg a little closer to your armpit if you'd like. Just breathing and enjoying this stretch. I think probably Caitlin cannot do this stretch because of her hamstring injury. Maybe she's still doing crossed legs. Leg crisscrosses. Come on back. Go to the other side. Leg stretch 1 on the left leg. And then just starting to breathe and sink into the pose. This is a classic yoga pose, and we hold it for 40 seconds so that you will be building new bone density at the head of the femur and at the acetabulum, the hip, the socket that the femur fits in. Both of which tend to be breakable if you have osteoporosis, high osteoporosis scores. Go ahead and take your leg out to the left leg out to the left and breathe and wait. Remember, your hips are, or your pelvis is on the floor, anchored on the floor. Just breathing and waiting. Come on back and release your straps, set them aside. Put a set of therapy balls, large or alpha or plus, underneath your hips, just as far down as you can get without being on the tailbone. This is a release of a little muscle that attaches to both the pelvis and the pelvic floor and also the pelvis. So bring your leg, so you're sitting on the balls, and then bring your legs up into tabletop and open them wide and close them. And you're going to do this 10 times. And remember to get your balls. As if you don't have therapy balls, just put yourself on a brick, a yoga brick. If you don't have a yoga brick, put yourself on a book, a thick book, and hopefully large enough to accommodate both hips. So notice you may start to quiver as you do this, because this is a neglected or ignored or just bypassed because of where its location is. So just open and close. And after you've done 10, come up to a floor seated position or come into a chair if you can't get to the floor. We're going to start here in this set with a side bend. So just starting on the right side, your right arm just slides along the mat, left arm up and over. I'm going to start timing. For the first 20 seconds, you're going to be working on the side stretch and the QL muscle, and then later you'll be working a slightly different stretch. Go ahead and bring your elbow forward. Now you're working on a stretch behind the armpit, still working on a side bend stretch. Staying here and breathing. Bring your elbow up and now bring your torso up. Other side. Left arm along the floor, right arm overhead. We're starting to keep your pelvis on the floor. And bring your elbow forward so that you create a different stretch along the back of the armpit and down the side body in the back. Latissimus dorsi. Bring your elbow back up. Bring your torso back up. Let's do that again. Right side, slide down. Opposite arm up and over. Staying here, breathing, side bending, finding and appreciating your stretch here. We all need side bends. We need cervical side bends. We need thoracic side bends. Actually, this is probably a thoracic and a lumbar side bend. Oops, I forgot to tell you to drop your elbow. I'm sorry. You can do that in your homework. Come on back. Come on up. Other side. Just stay here and breathe. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Now bring the elbow forward for another kind of stretch. If you guys were willing to get resistance bands, Leslie has some. I would teach a really nice, come on back, some really nice shoulder work with resistance bands. Maybe I'll add them to my article on props, and then people could at least consider it. There's some very nice upper body. You can do a lot of things with resistance bands, but there's some a very nice upper body set that I saw the other day that I thought is really helpful to build strength in the upper body. Okay, what's next? Let me look at my notes. Oh, spine twist. Let's do a spine twist. You're still seated, cross-legged. We're going to switch legs in the middle, which I forgot to mention I don't want anyone to listen to this this class on video because I keep confessing to forgetting. But anyway, you take your we're going to start on the right. So your left hand goes on your right shoulder, right knee, and then rotate. So rotate the thoracic spine to the right. Once you find this perfect spinal twist, then I want you to just go side to side, slide your rib cage, slide to slide. Just stay here until the timer runs out. This is the spine twists also build bone density in the thoracic spine, the upper back. Very important place to build bone density. This is one I can do with even with my arm, so I love this. I can't do the side bend. Oh, only one side. Switch legs, everybody. Right. Let's see, switch legs. And put your right hand on your left knee. And bring your arm around behind you, the other arm. Spider fingers, spinal rotation. We'll be here for 40 seconds. And while you're here, you can slide the rib cage, the intercostal muscles, side to side. Try not to involve anything else but the rib cage. Slowly come back. Let's do this twice. So switch legs, switch to the other side. Left hand on right knee, twist around, spine twist, thoracic spine twist. Once you find your spine twist, this is a bonus that I got from a physiotherapist in Australia, which I loved. She specializes in releasing the upper back. So this is one example of how my yoga class doesn't look like yoga. Make sure you keep your spine twist when you do your slide. Come on back, switch legs, switch sides. Right hand on left knee. Rotate, put the left hand behind you, spider fingers. Rotate as far as you can, and then intercostal slide. Remember, you're always sitting up tall. Everything is in good posture. Come on, all the way back. Now we're going to do the 4 poses that we introduced last week to help you do a better job of getting up from the ground. The first thing we're going to demonstrate is the ground to quadruped to standing using a chair. I forgot to mention chair as a prop. So this is what you can do while you're practicing getting stronger to do something without an assist. So if you're anywhere on the floor, you can what you want to do is come into a quadruped, in the hands and knees. Come onto your hands and knees. Find a chair, a sofa, a counter, and then from there, step forward with one knee and come on up. Push on the chair and come on up. So come on down and practice that one more time, because this is your go-to while you're getting better at this. Up. One knee forward and then come on up. So the next thing I want you to do is practice a deep squat. You can do this with a brick. And so you start standing. You put a brick between your legs, a little bit behind your legs. And then just drop your buttocks out behind you and sit on the brick. So this is a deep squat, assisted, obviously, and Kathy's going to demonstrate it without a brick. This is the Asian way. Now, if your heels lift up, you want to put something under your heels, like roll up a towel, roll up a mat, something so that your heels are down on something. But this is a pose that will benefit you a lot if you can start doing it more and more and more whenever you think of it. Maybe you can think of a time to do it. Maybe you can brush your teeth while you're squatting, or right, something like that. This is a critical movement to help you get up and down off the floor. And it also actually is traction for the lower back. So it has a lot of good, and you can do a brick sideways on the way to no brick, basically. The next one we're going to do is a reverse lunge, and you're going to have a chair or a counter to assist you, to support you, unless you want to do these without support, and that's okay too. Reverse lunge. You start from standing in good posture, and then take one leg behind you and bend the knee and drop it. Whoops. So here's what I want you to do, Kathy. I want you to bring your legs a little closer. Now bring one leg way behind you, and now bend it. There, very nice. That's very nice. And then come up. And you're using your chair, so you don't have to do the whole enchilada right now. You can, at some point, you will do this without a chair. Make sure that the front leg stays in a 90-degree angle at the ankle and the knee. So that you need to step way back. Do it slow. Do about 4 more of these, 4 more sets. This is called reverse lunge. This will do it. This is going to get you up really quickly. There you go. Don't do too many of these. You'll hurt the next day. But do these every day, you guys. Do these every day. And come on back. And now we're going to do bird dog at the wall. So we've done bird dog on the floor. This is harder. You want to stand in front of a wall. Oh, we lost Kathy.
No, that was me. I hit a button.
Oh, okay. All right. Stand in front of the wall, away from the wall, and put your hand out, one hand out on the wall. So fold, you're going to fold forward at a flat back hip hinge. Sorry. So you're really actually, well, let's get down as far as you can, Kathy, even farther than that if you can. Step back, arm there, but you still need to feel. Okay, so that looks like about right. Don't jeopardize your safety, you guys. So The other arm that's not on the wall is out in front of you and the leg is behind you, just like a bird dog. And just take a couple breaths and switch sides. Straighten your elbow of the arm that's, so let's see. Can your arm come forward? Yeah, okay, there, it's, yeah. And now switch sides. The arm comes straight up the wall. Yeah. And then come back.
Same arm, same leg.
No, opposite leg, opposite arm.
Okay.
I think it would be really hard to do same arm, same leg.
Yeah.
And I will never ask you to do that on this one. Opposite arm, opposite leg. One, the other leg is on the floor, the other arm is on the wall. Stay as straight as you can. And the arm that's off the wall is up the wall. You're not touching the wall, but it's up the wall. And then just finish up. And that is your series, your get up series. So now you have lots of homework for that. Should feel good. We're going to continue standing and do a back bend at the wall and a side twist at the wall. And then balance on one foot. So standing, facing the wall, no, facing away from the wall, in good posture. Bring your arms overhead and put your hands on the wall. If you can't do this here, you can do a chair version that I've shown you before. Remember the trick here, and I'm going to time this. This is a bone building pose. The trick here, hold on, I can't find my timer. My window's all closed on me. The trick here is to make sure that you're not jutting out your hips or your pelvis. The pelvis stays stacked over the knees and the ankles, and the upper back is back bending or extending. You let your hands help you have a structure and stability in this pose. And slowly unravel. And we're going to do a side bend, no, not a side bend, a spine twist at the wall, starting on the right with your right shoulder near the wall and your right leg forward and your left leg back. So the right leg is parallel. So make your foot parallel, Kathy. Yeah, and the left leg is on an angle. Bend your elbows and rotate your spine. Remember the hips. The pelvis is still facing forward. That's what makes this into a spine twist, but it's a thoracic spine twist. And just stay here and breathe and enjoy the twist and let your arms give you structure and stability. And twist. If you can't stand up, you could do this, you could do the floor seated spine twist again. Come on back, switch sides, left shoulder near the wall, left foot forward, parallel to the wall, and the right leg is on an angle, foot is on an angle. Bend your elbows, rotate, and breathe. So side bends and spine twists are really important. to help us move forward, even though they don't move forward. And of course, they're, in this case, since we're timing, they're building bone density, rebuilding bone density for some of us. In the thoracic spine. And come on back. Let's go to the, let's do one more back bend at the wall because we have time, I think. Just standing in good posture, bring your arms overhead. Remember to keep your hips, knees and ankles stacked. Your feet are parallel to the floor. Your arms are, your fingertips or your entire hand can be on the wall. Some people won't be able to get anything but their fingertips on the wall until later, yet. There are lots of yets. Come on back. And let's do find a chair for a balancing on one foot exercise. Need a chair or a counter or a wall, just as a safe point. So if you do balance, anything that's balancing, you want to protect yourself by having a safe place to touch if you need to. We don't need something that like Kathy, she's fighting with her double curve. Okay, so now go ahead and lift your right knee, bend it, lift it up, and we're going to start timing 40 seconds. Remember, touch the chair if you need to. Keep breathing. Stay in good posture. You can look at a fixed point across the room if that helps. And just breathing and enjoying the balancing. The more you balance, the more balanced you are. So if you have a balancing problem, this is the answer. Switch sides. And we're starting to time. This also builds bone density at the hip and the femur, at the acetabulum and the femur. Right side, this time, Kathy, bring your leg behind you and bend your knee. You don't have to, just bring it straight behind you. So the ankle is straight behind your knee. Okay. So this is another alternative. It doesn't have to be, the knee doesn't have to be forward. The foot can be back behind the leg. This might be a little more difficult for you. Or easier. Switch sides. And the foot goes behind. And we're gonna do one more, and this time Kathy's going to hook her toes around the ankle, the opposite ankle. So if you see that, she can either even put the big toe on one side of her ankle bone and the
Oh,
little toe on the other side like that.
I've done that for years. Okay.
Or if that's hard for you, just the foot curls around. So I just wanted to show you that balancing comes in all different shapes here. Other side, last side. Just come on down to the floor for the back extension, prone back extension. If you can't do this one, you could do the back extension at the wall that we did earlier in class. And that applies especially, particularly to Parvin, because she says this, I think she's overextending her neck. I'd like to actually, I should watch her do this. She says she has a lot of neck discomfort when she does this pose. So she should be doing this at the wall for now, and doing the wall pose and then doing more head ramping, which actually helps you with your neck. Inhaling so here you are lying on the floor, arms by your side, palms up. Inhale to prepare, and then exhale to bring your arms, your legs, your arms, your chest, and your head up, but keep it in a head ramping position. So straighten your chin a little, your chin will drop a little. And I'm gonna count for 40. You can come out early if you need to. It's really important in this pose to keep this, the activity out of the neck. The neck is straight and solid. The chin drops a little. The back of the head slides up on this line of your spine. And if you want to, while you're still here, you can raise up a little bit more if you can. We only have 5 more seconds. Take an inhale to prepare to come down, and then an exhale to come down. We're going to do it again, only we're going to add airplane arms. So inhale to prepare and exhale to lift. Now inhale to prepare for airplane arms, and then exhale to bring your arms into the airplane shape. We're going to time for 40 seconds. Remember your head ramping neck position. This will keep it out of the neck. The neck stays straight. It doesn't flex or extend. It's really in neutral. Go ahead and inhale to prepare and exhale to return. Find your way. Well, stay here. Bring your arms wide in an airplane, actually, on the floor. We're going to do the thoracic back, prone thoracic or upper back release. Arms out to the side, look to the right. Bring your right leg up and over your left leg. And the hips and the legs can do anything you want. The chest, the armpits, the shoulders should be on the floor. Moving the legs and the hips actually releases the upper back. Switch sides. Look to the left. Left leg lifts and up and over the right leg. Find your best. I often get a chiropractic adjustment in my upper back with this pose. Come on back, let's do one more set. Look right. Bring your right leg up and over. Keep your arms, your armpits, your shoulders on the floor, even on the floor. Breathe, wiggle your hips and your legs any way you want. This one I cannot do at this moment. And I love it. I love this. You can do this one on the bed, although it's really hard to do the other one we just did on the bed. Switch sides, everybody. The back, the prone back extension, because you need a solid surface to be moving away from, lifting up from. And just enjoying this stretch, I hope. I hope your upper back is getting more and more mobile with this practice, practicing this pose. More often than not, when the lower back is bothering you, the upper back needs work. Come on, find your way onto your back for Yoga Nidra. I'm going to find a warm position, warm and comfortable position. You may want to put on a blanket over your body or a washcloth over your eyes. I'm just going to mention 61 points of the body parts, and you're going to move your attention to those body parts. Starting with the breath, breathing in and out. Watching the fall and the rise of the abdomen. And now bring your awareness and your attention to the center of your eyebrows, center of your throat, right shoulder, elbow, wrist, right thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, right wrist, elbow, shoulder, center of your throat, left shoulder, elbow, wrist, left thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, left wrist, elbow, shoulder, center of your heart, spiritual center of your throat, pardon me, spiritual heart center, right side of your chest, heart center, left side of your chest, heart center, navel center, center of your pelvis, right hip, knee, ankle, right big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, right ankle, knee, hip, center of your pelvis, left hip, knee, ankle, left big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, left ankle, knee, hip, center of your pelvis, navel center, heart center, center of your throat, center of your eyebrow. This completes the Yoga Nidra. And now just start to wiggle your body, lengthen your legs if they aren't already extended. Bring your arms over your ears, over by your ears. Stretch in both directions, trying to create a little more space between your pelvis and your rib cage. Right, stretch on the right, stretch on the left. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Rotate your ankles and your wrists. Whatever feels good here. And then hug your right knee to your chest. And your left knee to your chest. Hug both knees to your chest and rock from side to side. And then rock all the way over to the floor using your bottom arm as a pillow. Stay here for just a second. Put your palm, top hand palm on the floor. Bring yourself up. That's another way to get up, by the way. Well, you've only landed at the floor, though. Doesn't get you up to standing. I'm going to unspotlight Kathy. Everybody unmute themselves, please. We're going to close the class with namaste. Just come into a prayer pose. Before we really start, let's do a little bit of shoulder work by pressing really, really strongly on your palms. You're also stimulating the nerve endings on the palm. Press, press, press. And then soften your prayer pose. And lift your head, your occipital, lift at the occipital ridge, lift your spine up towards the ceiling so that the skull can roll forward, rock and roll forward, nodding, bowing to each other, acknowledging the light in each of us and then honoring that light, knowing that we are all one. And closing the class by saying to each other, namaste.
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 Thank you.
Thank
everybody.
Thank you.